today's lesson, we're going to have a go at drawing a treasure map for our pirates, okay? So have a think about all the things that you would want to have on your treasure map, because I know we've made them in school. Quite often you just draw random shapes and then put an X marks the spot, but it needs to be something that the pirate can follow, that can see, to know that, oh, you've got to go round the rocks or over the long grass or across the swamp. So think about some of the things that we need to put onto our treasure map in order for the pirates to follow it to find the treasure where the X marks the spot is. So have a little think for a while about what you're going to put onto your map while I start to think about my own as well. I'm going to draw mine with a waterproof pen, because when I colour mine in, I'm going to use watercolours around the outsides, and then I'm going to use crayons to colour in my land and my different parts of my map. I've already stained my paper. I used coffee and water and just a cloth to dab it with, but some people prefer to use tea bags. I just always split the tea bags, so I find coffee much quicker and much easier, but it does smell a little bit funny. Okay, but makes it seem more old-fashioned, like a pirate map would be. Okay, bear with me while I draw my treasure map, because as we all know, drawing is not my thing. Okay, so I'm going to start off, and you don't have to copy me. You can draw yours however you would like to draw yours. So with my paper, I'm going to make it look a bit more like a scroll. So I'm going to draw just a little bit of a curved side up there and a curved side there. If you want to copy me, I will wait for a little bit each time so that you can catch up. And then I'm going to go down and round. It doesn't have to be too neat, remember, because pirate treasure maps are old, aren't they? And then round at the bottom to make it a bit more scroll, and then down there and round to make my scroll. Then down here and match it up there, and down here and match it up here. And to make the edges look a little bit more torn, when I draw them, I'm just going to do a few little wiggles along the edges to make it look like my map is a little bit old. Okay, I'll give you a moment to just catch up with that. And I'm going to think about what I want to draw onto my map. So I thought about, I think I might draw maybe a swamp, maybe some volcanoes. I'm not so sure. Have you all caught up with that part? Yeah? Okay. So now on to the next bit, which is going to be drawing the actual island. Okay, so think about how big you want it to be. I'm going to put some spikes on this bit. Just go a bit freehand, really. It can be a bit wiggly, a bit all over. Whoop. Into there. So that's my actual island, the actual land part. Around there is going to be sea. And then round the edges, I'm just going to draw a few little dots. They're going to be the rocks, just by the seaside. Just nice little quick dots. Don't need to be neat again. Just some round the edges to show the difference between the land and the sea. Do my dots all the way around. Sorry if I go quiet. I'm just trying to concentrate. Drawing does not come naturally to me, does it, Reception? So I have to think really carefully. And just draw my dots all the way around. Don't go out too wide. Your dots will probably be a little bit neater than mine. Do it as fast as I can, but you guys take your time, and you can always pause. You can pause me if you need to catch up. Do it all on that. Boop, 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 boop. Da, 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 da. Nearly caught there. When my camera skills should be better, and I'd just be able to fast forward this so you could catch up. When I do with the Robert Dolph ones, we always, Indu and Oscar, decide to pause them. Okay, so I've got my land and I've got my rocks around the edges, and I'm just going to add maybe a little off island around the side up there. And then I'm going to think about having a bit more of a swampy section here, so I'm going to just draw this here, and inside there I'm going to draw some, they're a bit like woods. That's going to be my grass. that's growing into the water, the swampy area. And then every pirate treasure map has some kind of directional feature. So the north, south, east, west, the compass points. So I'm going to have a go at drawing that. Where can I fit mine? I should have probably done it there. I'll go and, can you see if I do it here? Yeah. So I'm going to draw a small circle and then a bigger circle around the outside. And the same with my triangles. So I'm going to draw a triangle up and then into the middle, and a triangle there, then line in the middle, triangle there, line in the middle, triangle there, line in the middle, and then I've got north, south, east and west. Okay, I'll give you some time to just get those compass points on. How are you doing with that? Okay, good. Okay, now I'm going to have a go at drawing a few things on the outside. So I'm going to draw maybe a pirate treasure, a pirate ship up here on its way in. So I'm going to draw my sail going over here like this, and I'm going to have my boat coming out the edges because the pirates are on the way, and I've got another big sail at the back with some flags. Maybe a bit more of a stripy sail. You could draw a skull and crossbones on yours, but A, I'm not very good drawing, and B, I'm trying to do a little bit quicker. I just put some waves going around the edges so we can see that there's some waves there. Maybe you've also got a bit of a whale or something, or some sharks out there in the sea. Think about where you might put that, or some palm trees. I think I'm going to put some palm trees down here. So for my palm trees, I'm just going to draw my things here and have my palm trees, palm leaves coming out, palm leaves there. Then I might draw a few more here because it's going to cross through the palm trees. You don't have to do palm trees on yours if you don't want them. So I've got my palm trees there. Maybe what else could I draw on my map? I might have some little huts here. It's a bit, they're not houses like we've got. Might draw them with some straw thatched roofs. Look a bit like cupcakes, don't they? Sorry everybody. Got my houses there. Draw that one to there like this. So I've got my palm trees, I've got my mud huts. What else might I have on mine? Anyone give me any ideas? Yeah, okay. I'll have a go at drawing. Coming out over here, we'll have a... we could have the fin coming out, the tail coming out from the water, couldn't we? That bit, and its body's gone in the water there, and then we could have the body coming up because its bodies aren't out there, and it's got quite a friendly one. So I've got our whale over there. Maybe some water so we can see him there. What else might I draw on my thing? I could have a bit of a... What else could we have? Maybe we could have a cave. Do you think we could have a bit of a cave? So over here maybe a cave to enter. So some stones bouldering it off. Should have thought more carefully about what we're going to draw before I started the video, shouldn't I? Then I'd have had some better ideas. I'm sure you'll have loads of fantastic ideas for yours. So I've got a cave, a swamp. Oh, I could have some quicksand, couldn't I? So I'll draw some quicksand there. How could I make my quicksand look a bit different? So I'm just going to have a bit of an edge around the outside. And maybe some dots, just to show that you're sinking. So I've got quicksand there, there we go. I think maybe that would be enough things for us to have on ours, do you think? Is that enough things? So now I'm going to get to my colouring in stage. I might draw an anchor first. Here, down there. Because I don't like to have a blank with nothing there. I anything to draw? I'm going to have a go at doing another one later. Maybe when Oscar does his, I'll draw one next to Oscar, because that one is not very great, is it? So now I'm going to use my watercolours to decorate the big parts. I always think watercolours are good for the big parts, and then crayons for the smaller parts on the inside. So for my watercolours, I just need water and my watercolour section, and I'm just going to do very quickly. This is when I hope that my pen was waterproof, because with it being on an angle, the water's going to drip onto my land. I'm sure your colouring will be much, much neater. And remember, if you are using watercolours, different shades are always very, very good. I just can't add too much water to my watercolours, otherwise it'll all drip. And it doesn't matter if it goes a little bit out of the lines with watercolours, sometimes that's part of the good effect of it, isn't it? So I've got my water there. That's what I tell myself anyway. Add some water. Maybe you could sing me a song. It's a bit lonely doing my work without you guys for a change. Normally you talk at me while I'm doing my demonstration. What could you tell me today? What have you been doing? Has anyone been outside enjoying the sunshine? Has anyone found any treasure today? No? We have been so lucky recently though, haven't we, with the weather? I've been practicing how many times I can keep the ball up with my tennis racket. I'm currently on 216 in one go. See if you can have a go at beating me on that. I'm sure you probably can. Just, oh dear, it's dripping on my floor. Tell me on. So I've got the blue bit done. Then it doesn't matter if it's a bit scratchy, because remember, it's meant to look old. Bit more water. Sorry, realised I must go to try and fill up the noise. Must work on that for my presenting job for CBBC coming up soon. There. Don't ask me what this bit is. That's why when they get a bit older they go to Mrs. Ricks for art. Otherwise, can you imagine coming home with this? It's not really wall ready, is it? Luckily Mrs. Ricks will teach you art one day. Okay, then green for my land. Apart from my quicksand. I won't want green for that, will I? Doesn't matter if you go over your objects a little bit, because you're going to colour them in anyway, so it doesn't matter. And if it starts to get a bit too dark, remember just to add a bit of water. Doop. There we go again. Green for my grass. My cave. Oh, my cave should probably have been a bit darker, shouldn't it? Maybe I'll just change that, because caves are a bit darker, aren't they? So I need a bit darker colour. Oh. A bit more gloomy over there, isn't it? And then just out towards the edges, I'll put a bit more of the sandy kind of colour. Just to mix it in a bit. Oh, that was the wrong colour. That's probably when I'm rushing. Does it look realistic enough? Forgot to colour that bit in, didn't I? This bit of land here. There we go. And then, now we've got our backgrounds in, then I use the either felt tips or crayons to colour in the other parts. So I'm going to use crayons because I don't have time to wait for that to dry. So probably going to end up looking more like a Viking ship instead. Red, going for red flags, red for danger. And then brown. I took some of my colours away to do one of my stories the other day. I haven't put them back in yet. So I've got brown for my ship. What colour mud hut shall I do? Maybe they should be brown with a bit of an orange roof. Try and see if the felt tip, because it shows up a bit better, doesn't it? Leave over there, brown, and then brown. Then we've got brown for our palm trees, for the tree trunk, and then a nice bright green for the leaves. Green doesn't fancy working today. That's much better. And you'll see I'm not doing it very neatly. Because pirates didn't spend ages drawing the treasure maps, did they? They just wanted to find the treasure. So they just drew it as quick as they possibly could. My swamp is going to be blue mainly, but because it's a swamp, it doesn't want to be so clean. So it's going to be blue, but also brown to make it a bit more murky. Then the quicksand, bright yellow. Do I have a yellow felt tip? My yellow there. Is there anything I've not coloured? I've not coloured in my cave, have I? Maybe that needs to be brown as well. And I know I have a brown because I've just used it. And our whale, a humpback whale maybe it is. Or maybe it's a blue whale. That whale is done. What else could I colour in that I've not done? Oh, our compass points. So I might want to do the compass points. What colour could I do the compass points in, do we think? Maybe I'll go red. I think that is everything coloured in, but there's something I'm missing. What have I not put on my map? The most important thing for our pirate treasure map is the treasure. So I thought I'd fool people by putting the map like this, but actually my treasure is going to be on this separate island over there. I think I've got a gold pen over there. So let's have a go at drawing the treasure box. So I'm drawing that a rectangle shape, and then over from the edge because it's going to be open. So it's a cuboid more because it's 3D. And then we're going to have that bit there like that, and going round to make the treasure chest coming in. I should have probably done that bit in brown and then coloured it in. Can you even see? You can't even see it. Gone to all that effort drawing my thing. Can't even see it. Can you even see my treasure map? No. Still can't see my gold. Got a gold pen and everything. And I've the treasure spilling out all over the island. No one's been there. Maybe there'll be some gold, some red jewel, some rubies. Maybe there'll be some emeralds and some necklaces. So you draw your treasure however you would like to, but remember to put an X marks the spot somewhere. And then think of a name for your your pirate island. I think I'm going to call mine, I haven't drawn one, but I'm going to call mine Skull Cove, which does really mean that somewhere I should draw a skull and crossbones, doesn't it? So maybe down here, is it dry enough yet? I'll draw my flag. Can you see down there? Yeah, enough. It's hard to draw now in that pen, so they're wet. Draw my pirate flag in the black, and I just draw my skull face and some bones, and then colour that in black, but leaving the white from the bones. And that is the best I can do for my pirate treasure map. So I'll hold it up so you can see it a little bit better. There is Skull Cove. I need to go back to school and learn art, don't I? But if you have your best go at doing your own treasure map, send a picture and send it to Evidence Me so I can see what your treasure map looks like and see if I can spot where the treasure is. Okay? If you're feeling like an extra challenge, you could always write some instructions and some directions for other people to find the treasure. Or you could have a go at hiding some treasure in your garden and giving some instructions for your grown-ups to follow, or your brothers and sisters if you're lucky enough to have any to play with at the moment. But have fun making your treasure map, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!